visible on camera.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. And welcome to another live stream with me, Edward, for Games and Tea. Joined by two wonderful friends of mine who don't know when to stop talking. So, hi, we're back, and I'm very sorry, very sorry for the late start of the stream, but my computer decided to scream and yell at me for not updating my graphics driver, so I had to then try and do that within half an hour, and that, yeah, didn't work. And they then had to do all the other stuffs. So my apologies for the fact that I am very late to the start of the stream, but we're here, we're back, and we're doing some horror-inspired stuffs. I've been looking forward to this stream for a long time. Well, not a long time, but I have been looking forward to the stream, because this campaign, this is not a long-form campaign. This is not like anything that I have ever run before. This campaign is designed to last about 6 to 8 weeks. So this is very much outside my comfort zone, and I'm really looking forward to it. Gonna be fun. As usual, though, there are a few announcements I have to make at the start of the stream. One of those is the fact I'm an affiliate with Fantasy Grounds, so if you click the link, that's going to be appearing in the description, or when this thing might go up on YouTube later on, down in the description below. That is a way to directly support the stream. Excuse me, that's how you can do that. And it doesn't cost you anything extra, but Fantasy Grounds says thank you for using us to me. So that's a way to directly support the stream and also get the stuffs for your Fantasy Grounds internet things. That was really bad, but you know, we're gonna run with it. I would normally be thanking Heroforge, but there's no Heroforge miniatures right now, so we'll thank them later when we're going to have Heroforge on stream. I did have to sort things out very quickly as I realised I forgot to do some stuffs. Oh, thank you for that. Boom, boom. There we go. I forgot to do some things, so yeah. Oops. What was I going to do? However, there is music. That's the word I wanted to talk about. There is music on in the background that we'll be using today. That's Sirenscape. For the most part, there may be others that are coming in, such as Festian Studios, Alexander Nakarada from Serpent Out Studios, Tabletop Audio, and Ian Grimm, and Travis Savoy from the RPG Music Maker. But we're mainly going to be sticking with Sirenscape today, because the Sirenscape that we got right now is pretty good for what I need it to do. So that's what we're going to be probably using for the most part on this stream today. I think that's it for actual announcements. Yeah. Oh, no, actually there is one more announcement. The bit I hate talking about. If you would like to directly support the stream in another way, in the monetary value, there is a donations box somewhere down there as well, underneath the stream. There are some suggested tips for Dungeons & Dragons in order to, enhance this game, because this is Dungeons & Dragons. It is horror themed, it is Cthulhu inspired, but it is still Dungeons & Dragons. So if you'd like to use your use your monies if you would like to donate to directly support the stream, that way you can, but please think of your own wallet first before me. Please think of yourself first. Yeah, it's only if you feel like you want to. That being said, that is going to be that's going to be our announcements for today. And normally I'd go into some character introductions, but we're not going to do that this time. We're going to dive straight into the game. So, far to the northeast, in the vastness of the ocean, lies a collection of islands, shrouded in as much mystery as the fog that permanently wreathes them. These are the Ghost Isles, a storied place among the inhabitants of the world, and a place of fear for the peoples of the nearby continents. Many sailors and captains try to avoid this place, telling and spreading stories of comrades who went searching for jewels and treasure on these islands, never to return, or of finding storm-wrecked survivors babbling about strange ape-like people and monsters with far too many legs, or ghosts with mouths too wide to even be real. Only the most brave or foolhardy of adventurers would even dare to consider to venture to these islands. And so we come to two figures, lightly dressed, standing in a small fishing boat, having just transferred to this boat from your ship to complete the last leg of your journey. You both see the islands in front of you, shrouded in fog and mystery. Your companion, the fisherman, and his son remain quiet and stoic. The fisherman with this very scraggly, wide beard that covers almost all his face, and a pipe that hangs just off the corner of his mouth. The son who is trying to keep himself busy repairing a net, but constantly glancing over to you both. As we look down, we see a turtle. Torteek, describe who you look like. And what are you doing right now on this fishing boat?
Well, Torteek, he's a turtle, as he said already, and he's got a vest on and a big old shell on his back. And he's got a little bit of a headband on, some kind of simple pants, maybe a little bit of a backpack that he's got laying on the side that he's kind of leaning against. And in his hand, he's got himself a big old jug that he is taking a sip out of, and around his neck is this little steel chain. Attached to the steel chain is a steel little picture type of, he doesn't know what it is, but it looks like it's a big old mug that is overflowing with some kind of bubbles, and he takes a drink out of the little jug he's got. It's big, kind of looks like this a little bit.
He's a big boy.
Torteek there. He's a big boy, yes. Yeah. He's a little over 5.5 feet, weighs quite a bit. There's a show and everything. He takes a sip. He goes, "So, tell me one sec." Oh, what are we doing again? As he looks over to his companion.
A very similarly dressed-ish, I'm gonna say, but definitely much smaller. Lila.
Yeah. Also, I just found out how to fix the problem of the bad to pronounce name. Let's call her Lila.
Lila. Okay.
Yeah. Let's save us some la 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 noises. So Lila is also, dressed in rather simple clothing, which clearly identify her as a monk, of that robes, not in black, but more in kind of like dark brown, greenish colors that would blend well into the natural environment. So definitely not just a, all right. She has a quarterstaff that she often carries on her back, or uses to stabilize herself while walking or on the ship in rough seas. So yeah, she's a spiritual person, but definitely not someone who's just praying and meditating, but more of the the fighting kind. The only thing very fancy about her is a belt that seems to be made out of maybe kind of leather, but it's a bit shiny, maybe like snake, crocodile. If you don't look closely, it's hard to tell. That's that one is really fancy and shiny, and the rest of her kind of
What color is it?
Hmm?
What color is the belt?
I'd say also green, like a nice, rich, dark green that kind of fits with the green-brown robes and hood.
Mhm.
So yeah. She has these kind of leather sandals that are tied across the feet. So it's almost like walking barefoot. It's really silent to walk on these, but you have like a leather sole to protect the foot. Yeah, everything in her outfit is kind of geared towards easy, quick movement, and blending into a scenery. Yeah, and she's currently, since she takes her spiritual journey also to the Isles very seriously, she's probably doing like balancing exercises on deck as her companion comes with that question, rudely interrupting the concentration. Like, well, okay, let's go over the plan. We
Right.
go into the unknown. That is our whole thing, right? Like once we're there, we will see how Morgoth and Fear in general try to confront and challenge us.
Well, I say that's pretty accurate because I don't know what we're doing, so it's unknown to me.
Nobody really knows what they're doing on the Ghost Islands, don't they?
No, they don't. Wait, these are Ghost Islands? Oh, that's right. I forget sometimes.
That's okay. I should,
Um,
try meditating more than drinking.
oh, that's how I do my meditations, just through the drinking.
God.
With every sip, I contemplate every grain that went into making the beer as it goes down me gullet into my belly and eventually out my wee.
Oh, jeez.
Well, my my teacher at the monastery did say that sometimes substances which enhance the feeling of the body or open up the mind can help us on our journey to understand the universe. So maybe that isn't all that bad. Give me a sip of that flask.
All right, here you are. Hands you over the
Oh,
huge jug, and as you take a sip of it, it's beer.
oh, it's just beer. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite delicious. Okay. But I shan't get drunk. I'm a bit nervous. I'm a bit apprehensive about going on these islands, I have to say. And I don't want to be, but I also don't want to go there out of my mind drunk. I don't quite know what to do. I'd rather get back to meditating and stealing the soul and things. She doesn't seem too sure right now about the plan of going onto the island. I'm gonna
Oh, he'll be
try
all
very hard
right.
to put on the face of being calm and collected and full of wisdom of the spiritual journey, but she's young, she's an apprentice. She's a bit scared.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Have more of this to drink. It's my courage potion. It gives me courage to face anything.
But
As-
won't it make you slow and stupid in a fight? Like what if we immediately encounter some creature or beast or even a ghost? I don't know if I believe in that, but don't you want to have your wits about you?
Yeah. What? Oh, 1 second. He takes another long swallow. He's up there for a minute or two. It just. Uh, uh, uh. I feel witty now.
As you
Yeah,
are
but are you
having this
still
conversation, sorry,
Alright.
as you are having this conversation, the islands or the fog that rolls and coats most of the islands around here rolls out across the waters, and the choppy waters that you have been currently experiencing seem to calm for a moment, and then the wind, the gentle rough wind blowing the ship into harbour, the only thing that can just catches your attention. Except far into the middle of the island, a small blue glow begins to brighten. It's the only thing that you can see through the fog at this present moment in time. It goes brighter and brighter before there is a flash. And it's almost like the fog suddenly clears for a moment, and you can see perched on the hill this, from here at least, tiny shard on a faraway hill that is glowing gently before the fog closes in around it again, blanketing the colour, making it difficult to see.
That was pretty.
Pretty spooky, I would say. What do you think it could be?
I think it's a blue light.
Fucking hell, dude.
And what does it do?
Well, right now it's shining in the dark.
But there's nobody living there, right?
Oh.
It might be. Okay, it could be. Let's think about this rationally. It could be that there's fog, a sort of swamp. Maybe it's one of those fairy lights, you know?
Right.
It could be a million.
Yeah.
But are not scary to create this light.
Well, I could ask the fairy friend that is hanging around your head right now. He's
As you
a
look
green
back, you see-
fairy.
The green fairy. Fucking hell, dude. Really? Asshole. Bloody hell. Thank you for that reference. That's brilliant. Well done.
Nice. How much beer do you have to drink to have an effect like it's absinthe, though? That.
A lot.
Hmm.
As you're having this conversation, though, the fisherman, the fisherman here, seems to grunt and points ahead. You can see that emerging from the fog as you're entering it, you can see what appears to be a jetty.
He's a con man. He's conning us.
You see that, and then you hear the fisherman grunt and groan again. He points to his son, a much more wily fellow who seems to skitter around a lot. He skitters. It's the only other way I can describe it. Skitters over to the rope on the side of the ship, picks up and throws it over to the jetty. Clearly very skilled because he manages to grab something and starts reeling the ship into the side of the jetty here.
Oh. Well, that's pretty good there. You lads certainly know your work around this boat, ain't you? Gods, I need to have more to drink to deal with these guys. No. He takes another long swig out of his jug.
Fair, very fair. The ship, the small fishing boat, gently bumps against the side of the jetty here. The fisherman heads over to the side and lowers a small gangplank in order to get off the ship. And looks at you both and goes, "Ugh." Just gestures for you to get off the ship.
I think that one means thank you very much for your hospitality and your patronage.
Ugh.
That means yes.
He just looks at you. The
Cheers,
wiry
mate.
black beard. The wiry black
Shall we
beard is
make
just...
a date when?
Sorry, carry on.
Shall we make a date when he comes back to pick us back up? I feel a bit strange being dropped off an uninhabited island with only this grumpy guy knowing we're here. Did we make prior arrangements?
I would say that you had prior arrangements, because in order the Ghost Isles are so named because no captain will willingly sail you to the Ghost Isles. So you have made prior arrangements in order to be picked up or set ashore by this fisherman and his son. Clearly, this fisherman and his son either live here or have business with this island, and so they are the only trusted ones that are going to risk their lives, as it were, at least according to the rest of the world, to take you to this island.
Okay. Well, thank you quite much for this safe and pleasant journey.
Thank you very much. Aren't you coming with me? Oh, you're talking that. Never mind. I'm catching up.
You light off the ship, this small fishing boat. The fisherman. You hear the scrape of wood being dragged across the deck as you look back and see the fisherman has just dragged a stool over the side of the gangplank and plops himself down upon it to start to light his pipe, and just sits there, looking out over the deck. He glances across to his son and goes, "Ugh!" And the son immediately disappears to enact whatever the grunt indicated. As soon as you step down onto the jetty here, it is weird, because before, when you were approaching, it was just fog, silence, nothing except the slight lapping of water underneath the jetty. But as soon as you step down onto this jetty, the fog just seems to lift and roll back, revealing a town located here on the island.
A town?
It is dreary, with buildings that seem to be standing on their own accord, but you're not sure if they're really up to code, due to the fact that certainly some of the nearest seem to be covered in rotten mildew. The faint smell of fish and seaweed and salt permeates the air around it, as well as the faint smell of rotting wood and... God, you hope that's not rotting bodies under that smell.
But
You do see a few people here.
Ah, okay.
There are indeed signs of life. As the fog rolls back, you see that there are a few individuals in cloaks wrapped up, just trudging through the muddy street that leads down to the jetty. Some of which seem to be trudging down towards the jetty because they spotted the boat coming in, and others seem to be just sort of sitting on the sides of the houses here, smoking or chewing or picking their nails or teeth. They seem to be a dreary lot. They seem to be people of resigned to a fate of boredom, but unable to escape it for whatever reason.
Well, honestly, I find boredom a bit better than unending horror and ghost hauntings that I expected. So that is hard. That there's people here, even though they seem quite dreadful, like not having the best time.
As you thank the gods.
As you are here, just looking at these people, you do see one person sitting on a barrel at the end of the jetty, just smoking a pipe. And as you look at them, there's something weirdly odd about them. They are a normal humanoid person, or at least they seem to be human. You're pretty sure they are, except there's almost like this fish-like quality to them. The head is a bit more bloated. The chin is a little fatter. The eyes are a little bit too far apart on their head, with the nose a little bit more too sunken in, and they seem to have a kind of wet quality about them, and they are completely bald. As you look at their hands, it also appears you're not sure. It could be a trick of the light. And the lighting here is pretty crap, owing to the fog and the constant overcast grey sky here. But has that person got webbed fingers?
All right. Well, let's go talk to the locals and see where we need to go.
Yeah, I guess so. Lila like quietly hums a song, a kind of mantra, I guess, as they walk into town.
Okay. Do you approach anybody in particular? Excuse me. Do you approach anybody in particular, or just a random stranger? What is it you want to do as you walk into town here?
I think like the first go-to when being in a new place that's kind of creepy is asking for the local inn or tavern, right? To see if we can find a place.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the best thing to do.
I was 100% prepared to be out in the wilderness, though. I didn't think anybody would live here, honestly. So I'm not like. How about you? I took a tent and a camp roll and everything to make a fire. I was not prepared to find life forms, so I don't know. Do we want to just walk into their town?
Oh,
Or camps?
yeah. And I start walking to the town. And I actually go to the guy on the barrel. I'm like, oh, hello, mate. How are you doing today?
Hello.
What?
Hello.
What?
Strangers.
You're strangers.
You're strangers to our hand.
Oh, yeah. You're strangers to my eyeballs.
You seem trying to understand what he's saying.
What is this town called again?
Again, he seems to be thinking, and then he just shrugs. Always been here.
What's your name? Who?
It's always been here.
That's a long name. Can we just call it It's Here?
You did not give your town a name?
No.
Especially when it's been for so long. I would expect it to have a name. A name says a lot about the place.
We never really thought to give it a name.
Well, all right. Well, my name is. He looks over at Lila. Torteek is my name. Yeah, and we're here to Lila, what are we here for again?
We just like to stay for a few days. And yeah.
We're here to stay for a few days.
Yes.
We don't get many visitors around here.
Oh, I can imagine. The reputation is a bit grim, let's say, in the rest of the world. We won't need much. Just a room with a roof to protect us from the elements, maybe. Anything else is a bonus.
And you want to go to Sailor's Shelter? It's that way.
Oh, all right, thank you.
And he points
Cheers, mate.
He points down the street, And when you follow direction, you can see about halfway down this very muddy street, a sign is just sort of swaying very, very gently in the what vague breath of wind that seems to exist here. It's very difficult to make out the sign from here, but you can see very clearly a tavern-like sign just gently swaying in the breeze halfway down the town.
Right, a tavern. If they don't have many visitors, I wonder if they have any rooms at all. Again, a town without visitors, why would they need a... It's just us.
A tavern. Right, it's pretty weird there. So,
I mean, maybe they need it just for drinking get-togethers. So we can see if at least we can sell you beer.
Yeah, right away. Just go make sure that they've got the beer that is appetitable for everybody's lips, especially guests'. And he starts kind of moving at a quick pace towards you start mentioning drinking.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. As you both, Torteek, you're the one that starts basically running up the streets with Lila behind. I believe, Torteek, you're the one who weirdly, despite being an utter drunkard, has the passive perception of 17, right?
Yep.
Lila, what's your passive perception?
All right, let me check. Here I am. Passive perception is just 15. All right.
15. All right. So, even the 15 will still spot this individual. Both of you see this hunched individual, and when I say hunched, I mean their back is basically doubled. He's basically doubled over with this huge hump across where his shoulders would be, and you can see that he is moving along up the street with this weird gait where he puts a lot of weight and a lot of force down on the stick, the gnarled stick that is taller than him, at least in his hunched form. And there's almost like this kind of plop, plop, plop sound as he's trying to walk up this street. Torteek, you're the one that noticed the extra detail, and that's the extra detail is that everybody's avoiding this person.
Yeah. Let's go talk to this fella here. I go walk up to him.
As you walk up, as you approach this individual, you start to take up more of this person. This person is they're wearing robes which are black in color, or at least they were once black in color, except that they are now covered in water and damp stains with like this very sort of grey mildew that seems to be covering most of the robes. And where the robes are intact, that's what you see, but you also see that that a lot of the longer bits that drape down from his figure are all tattered and torn. You can see that the staff that he's got is this very gnarled black coloured, possibly due to the damp and the rots that's maybe affecting the staff. And that starts to make you think, how can that staff still be viable to use? But you see it's very, very gnarled wooden thing. And as you turn to come forward and block this man's route, you see immediately that the face that emerges from underneath the cowled hood that covers his face is twisted and scarred, and you see that there are a lot of pockmarks all over the face. Their right eye, when you look at when the person looks up at you with this fearful look in their face, is bulbous was wide, bulbous, and completely milky, while the other eye is seems to be sort of perfectly normal, slightly watery due to the constant drip of tears that seem to be falling from that eye, but it has this beautiful blue azure iris to it. The staff, when you now that you actually get a closer look at it, seems to have bird feathers at the top of it, although they appear to be mostly rotted away. You think they're bird feathers, at least it looks like the strands of bird feathers, but they're probably mostly rotted away. And there are talismans and symbols that seem to coat the top of this staff, mostly made of, well, you hope, fishbone and hooks. And you can. That's all I'm going to say for now, because you haven't examined the staff more than that.
I don't walk up to him. Oh, hey mate, how are you doing today?
You're talking to me? You are not from around here.
No, not from around here. Who are you?
Grenadine.
Grenadine? Oh,
Grenadine,
I like
yes.
grenadine.
No, not like grenadine. Grenadine, not like the drink. I know the drink.
Grenadine. Oh, drink. You want a drink? I offer him my jug. That was it. It's good for you. Puts air on your chest. He goes, see? And he opens up his vessel a bit so you can see.
You see, it's just another it's just the other side of your shell.
The other side of his shell.
As you hold out the jug to him, he looks at you suspiciously, looks at the jug suspiciously, leans forward, and sniffs it, and then grabs it and drinks. Beer is beginning to pour down the sides of his mouth.
You don't drip any of it. It's very valuable. You go to hell if you spill much more.
I'm going to hell anyway. That's I had a drink in a long time.
Oh yeah, it's my pleasure. So, Grenadine, how come no one else here talks to you?
They're afraid of me.
What? You seem like a pleasant fella. Oh, yeah, outcasts. I'm familiar with that. So, what do you do here?
I'm the local inventor.
Oh. So, like, what do you invent?
I come up with ways to prevent the ghosts and creatures from getting into the town at night.
Oh, well, that sounds like admirable. How come everybody ignores you then?
They don't like how I look. And you see, he just gestures to his face, and again that very you look again, and it's like this. There's a hideousness to this person that even though you met somebody who looks partly like a fish, this guy looks even worse than that.
Oh, well, what, are you sick or something?
No, just cursed.
What did you do? You pissed off a ghost, huh?
No, well, yes, I did.
I say fuck the ghosts.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. They tend to fuck you first.
Oh, well, I think I'm gonna need more to drink for that then.
Yes, and he looks across to you. He looks across to you, Lila. I'm sorry, I didn't see a small person.
Oh, that's quite all right. I'm just wondering, did they curse you before you started trying to banish them from the town, or did that happen during your duty?
Yeah.
I was out at nights once,
That's
and I didn't observe the warnings of the folk here. I am not from around here,
Hmm.
and I went out at night and got caught.
Did you get caught by?
Creature of horrible melted skin and noose around its neck, mouth too wide.
They did
Died
this
from
to
a
you?
creature. Yes.
I'm sorry for that. Is it? All right. Well, mate, I put my hand on him as I'm and I kind of gently pat him on the shoulder, and I use prestidigitation to kind of clean him off,
Mhm.
everything.
Well,
And
that's the cleanest he's ever been in centuries.
and
Centuries?
I also yeah. And then I also go and do a lay on hands on him, but I only heal 5 points just to see if it does anything.
Okay. The prestidigitation, that definitely wipes away the mildew and dirt and grime and fungus that seems to be covering his clothing here. That definitely makes it clean. Doesn't tidy up the tatters, but at least he no longer looks like he's rotting, like his clothing is rotting to his body. The lay on hands, unfortunately, doesn't seem to affect him in any way.
I didn't think it would, but I just figured I'd give it a shot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Whoa, mate. Yeah. Sounds like you need to have another drink. I think I've got probably another 3 gallons in there. Shall I have a sip?
Maybe.
He takes a jug and gives another really long.
Drink up, boy. Drink up. Oh, yeah. Well, we might be.
Torteek.
Where do you? Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
I will take some time to look around, I think, as you make new friends. You're better in that part.
Well, drink makes everybody friends.
It sure does. It sure does, Torteek. And you're a very chatty fella in this. I will just, look around, see if I can find out some things and a sleeping spot maybe.
All right.
Well, all right.
All right. Well, so we'll start with that. Lila,
Mm-hmm.
what do you want to do? Tell me.
So, I am wondering, right? The island was supposedly uninhabited, and the people who live here don't seem to really be people. They didn't name their city, which is also strange. Plus ghosts. So I think what's on my mind, I would like to just kind of walk around outside for a bit and see what the place is like, what it feels like, kind of blend into, just not extra sneakily, but just like walk around, not make a big fuss about me being a stranger, just
Okay.
seeing what the vibe of the place is. Basically.
I'll let you choose this. Either roll me an insight or an investigation. I'll let you choose which one.
Sorry, what was that?
Roll me either insight or investigation.
Ah, okay. 1 second.
God, that character really is fucking with my deck. I can't help but take on the physicality of the character of the NPC when I'm playing them.
I'm gonna do an insight check.
Okay.
Not that
12.
great. 12.
Okay. As you're walking around, this town is one of those towns which is, it's more like a village than a town, really, to be honest. And it's one of those places that's kind of a one track place with a few little alleys dotted around the place. And as you're sort of just wandering around, you kind of encompass the whole town within maybe 15 minutes to half an hour. And the main thing you get at this place is abandonment. There are many buildings here which are very clearly falling down. Nobody lives in them, or maybe even lived in those places. The roofs are falling in. You can see as you walk past one building, you can see that the walls on one side have completely collapsed and the roof is no longer there. And the people here as well. It is genuinely a sense of abandonment, that these people have just been left here by the world or forgotten about. That's all you can get with the insight, though, I'm afraid. I don't get much more than that.
Is there some kind of, I don't know, like a little village square with like a monument or a place of worship or anything that points towards what the like history or culture or something of the place might be, where it comes
There
from?
is actually ironically situated pretty much opposite the tavern. There appears to be this very grand looking statue of this very well dressed individual with their hand out and what appears to be a scroll in there. Mm-hmm. And on the scroll, or at least on the plaque that's on the stone of this statue, you see Vagnos Lockjaw, founder of the town on the edge, celebrated hero celebrated hero and founder of this town.
So the town has the name Liège. Is the statue man, is he human, or does he also look like a fish human?
He does look human, except this individual doesn't look fish-like. As you look up towards actually no. As you look up towards this person is kind of elvish.
Elvish, okay. Interesting, but definitely he doesn't look like the people who live here now, so like the fish people.
Not well. You've only really met one fishy person.
No, but like from what I can see, who walks around here.
All right, I'll mention one other thing then. As you are walking around and looking around, you see quite a few individuals of the slightly fish-like person, fish-like head, bald, slightly wet look to their skin. But you see other individuals, and as you're looking around, there is a very what's your passive insight? I think there'll be 12 as well.
See that.
It'll be 10 plus your insight.
Oh, 10 plus insight, and that's 12.
It's 12, yeah, okay.
Honestly, I would like to change my religion proficiency to insight proficiency because I wanted to do that and did not on the sheet.
Sure.
Because
We'll do,
religion knowledge.
let's do that. Let's do that then.
Okay.
So just click the star icon a few times until it goes blank, and then just click the other one.
Yes, I got it right.
So what would your insight actually then be instead?
Then it is 15, so that is a
15.
huge increase, definitely.
That's definitely a much bigger increase. You see, like this starts to become very obvious. You see that there are two types of peoples here. You have the individuals who are very fish-like in how they look. But the other type of individual, they are, well, they're quite well dressed, actually. They seem to be a bit more self-important, and seem to be a little bit more put together than the more fish-like individuals. And as you look at these people, there is this kind of weird, almost ape-like aesthetic to them. They have slicked back hair, but the hair seems to extend down underneath the shirts and collars, and the beards that they have are very wide and seem to cover most of the neck as it seems to disappear down underneath their clothing, and they seem to have a much more bullish, much greater physique to them. And you notice that the hands of those individuals who are walking around outside, at least for now, are much larger and much thicker than the particular individual that you met at the jetty. And you notice with a passive insight of 15 that there is a very definite hierarchy here, at least in this town. Those who seem to be more ape-like seem to be the ones that are the ones in charge of this small town, whereas the more fish-like individuals are the ones that are the labourers and put things together.
Okay. And how about like a place, like a temple or church or something?
There are no churches here.
Okay.
There's no temple, no church.
Interesting. But so the house now I can't see where the ape-like people go home to, right? Or if I observe them a while longer, do they also have the nicer houses? Are there any nicer houses around here? Or is it all kind of dated?
No, there are some nicer looking houses, but even those places have a slight air of abandonment to them. They are much larger than the small hovels that seem to be dotted around the place. They're much larger and seem to have more rooms. Except you notice that some of the room, that, or at least looking in through the windows, that some of the rooms are closed down. You see cloth thrown over furniture, or just stacked away in one corner. Even though they're much larger, there is still an air of abandonment to those places.
All right. Okay. I would like to speak to one of the ape-ish people, I guess.
Okay.
The next person that is just taking a stroll.
Sure, no worries. You interrupt one of these interviews. You see that this person seems to have a shirt that's buttoned right up to the neck. They're wearing what seems to be a very, very nice, if slightly mildewed, black tie over a very, well, definitely not in fashion anymore, suit. Although you do notice that the shoes and the hems of their trousers are completely covered in mud. That seems to be a all-present thing here. That every person, no matter their place in society, seems to be covered in. This individual again seems to have their hair seems almost like fur with how black it is, and as you approach them, you notice that their face is a lot more flatter than would normally be. They have their nose is a bit more squashed in. They have a much wider, stronger jaw to them. And they seem to be just sort of looking around, observing as you approach. They don't even notice you as you approach them.
Hello, kind sir.
Oh.
Um.
Yes? What?
I have just been coming through town, and I was wondering if you could, tell me what the place is called.
Oh, this is Lockjaw Town.
Ah, okay, splendid, thank you. And I was also wondering if you have a place of worship somewhere around. I didn't see one in town anywhere, and I would like to, greet the gods of this land when I arrive.
Oh, the gods have abandoned us a long time ago. No, we don't have a place of worship.
What do you mean they have abandoned you? The gods are in everything. And Lila looks around with this kind of, makes a little flurry with her hand. Like, the gods are in everything. And as she's making that move, realizes like the dilapidated, sad state of affairs she's pointing at here. This wide gesture.
Mm-hmm. No, we don't have any gods here.
No gods. Oh, that is so sad. I shall pray for you and your town.
No, please don't.
What do you mean?
Well, we have discovered that prayer seems to attract certain creatures. We'd rather you don't.
Yeah, I've heard about that creature problem already. Some said it was ghosts. You call it creatures. What are they?
You are new here. Of course you are. What are you, by the way?
Me?
Yes, I've never seen a person like you. You are very small.
Yes, I'm a halfling. You don't have halflings on your island? Ah.
No.
Well,
You're not one of the bass mouths, are you?
Bath mouse.
Bass mouths, yes.
Do you mean some of the people in your town?
Yes, you're not one of them, are you?
No, I'm from the mainland.
Yeah, okay. From the mainland?
Yes.
Oh. Strange. I thought we were alone up here. Must have to try and figure out a way to get over this sometime.
Sorry, come again?
He seems to be just mumbling to himself about figuring out a way to leave the island.
So you don't know about halflings? When was the last time one of you or your townsfolk ever left the island?
We don't.
You never do? You have some beautiful forest around to build ships? Right on the coast? Must be a...
Well, there's never any need to. We find everything that we need is going to be here, is provided to us right here and right now.
Except for the gods who have abandoned you and creatures. Like, that sounds
No, we
scary.
don't need gods. We have our own benefactor.
Ah. But that sounds like a god, or like a king, or what is he?
They are our benefactor. Or at least they are my family's benefactor. No, there's nothing to do with the bath's mouths. They are ingrates.
Inbreds. Lila is holding her tongue because she wants to get some information and not immediately confront this guy's terrible attitudes. But the friendly serenity of the monk's demeanor has left her face for a second when she freezes her forehead and goes on. Oh, so your family is like royalty here, you mean?
Yeah, of course. We own the town.
Ah. Okay. I'm gonna roll the dice here. Yeah. Okay, 1 to 10, polite option. 11 to 20, not so polite. Okay, it's a polite option. Oh, you own this town. It must be difficult to keep it running without trade with the mainland and everything. Like, considering the circumstances, you're doing a good job.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. My great grandfather would be most pleased to know that an outsider thinks it is going well.
Oh, my cat, right?
Vertex.
Well, thank you very much. I shall go back to the inn and warm up a bit.
Oh yes, please do that, and say hello to Byron for me. Good man, Byron.
Byron, is he the innkeeper?
Yes, he's the one who owns the sailor shelter. He set it up and even makes his own beer there. Do say hello to him and tell him that Vagnos II said you.
Vagos the Second.
Vagnos.
Vagnos. Okay.
Yes, Vagnos
well,
the Second.
Thank you, Vagnos. May I come visit you sometime if we have some questions about the place?
I would rather you make an appointment, but you can do that. You can do that to my secretary at the front door.
Okay.
My house is the largest house here. You can't miss it.
All right, of course. You're royalty.
And indeed, you did not miss it when you were walking around the village. You did not miss the largest house, which somehow is whitewashed, or
wow,
or as white as it can be considering the state of this place.
Okay, that is an impressive feat, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Lila makes a little like bow with her hands. She leaves.
While that's been going on, Torteek, you have been engaging Cranodyne in a, I'm presuming in conversation.
Yeah.
But
Cranodyne, okay, sweet.
I'm also noticing the time. So before we get to that moment, let's take a brief break, because I am in need of more tea. My teacup is here and I keep playing with it, so that definitely tells me I need more tea. And I'm quite
That's why I made a home at the start.
You see, I should have done that. I should have just made a teapot. I do actually have a teapot. I should have done that, but yes, we're going to take a quick break here for about 10 to 15 minutes, and maybe we'll see if there's anything else this strange Lockjaw town, or the town of no name, depending on who you ask, has to offer our two PCs. Hello, we are back with some more horror Dungeons and Dragons in my homebrew world, in this homebrew campaign. So,
We're back.
Our two heroes.
Torteek gets homebrew too.
Torteek definitely gets homebrewed too. Our two heroes, Torteek and Lila, are in the nameless town, or Lockjaw town, depending on who you ask.
How is that spelled, by the way? Lockjaw?
Lockjaw, as lock, as in a lock, and jaw. Hola, Andrin. So Lockjaw. So either the nameless town or Lockjaw town, depending on who you ask. And Torteek is currently chatting with a very disfigured, malformed individual who appears to be avoided by everybody, except obviously Torteek, because that's an interesting person. But before we actually get into it, I do have to mention, while I was at Spiel, I got some tea.
Is that D&T?
It's D&T, yeah.
I've got that myself. I didn't know they sold it to you guys out there. That's freaking awesome.
They don't.
What?
The D&T does not directly sell to Europe. They sell to a company called Oaken Vale, which is in Denmark, and then they sell it on to us Europeans. And so that's where I got this.
That's fucking cool.
That's where I got this.
What kind did you get?
This one is Arborean Thicket.
I've had that one. It's so good.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, though, D&T, and yes, I'll hand you in. Well, ampersand. So D ampersand T. Or if you want the European company, Oaken Vale. Apparently, D&T, the company which is in America, is looking to stop Arborean Thicket because apparently it doesn't sell very well over there, but it sells great over here in Europe. So yeah. There we go.
I've got Shire Second Breakfast, Cozy Cottage, and Palace Elixir.
I know of Shire Second Breakfast. They didn't have it on sale in Spiel, but when I was chatting with Oaken Vale, they said, yeah, we didn't bring it because it was a bit too simple. Like, yeah, I can see that.
Oh, very strong.
Oh fuck, that's delicious. Holy shit.
Yep.
That's the first sip I've had of the Arborean Thicket. That's fucking delicious. Anyways, enough of my tea plug. Torteek. You are chatting. Right. You are currently chatting with Cranodyne while Lila has gone off to search the place and have a bit of a feel for it.
Right. Well, while speaking with Cranodyne, yeah, talking to
Cranodyne, yeah, Cranodyne.
I take a swig, not even worrying about him. Aw, thank you, TK.
Thank you, TK.
Not even worrying about having sipped off of it or anything. He just takes a big swig on it. And as he does this, he takes a sip of it, really takes in the flavor of this beer. And it's like, And when I open my eyes, I use divine sense.
Ooh, okay. So that's Fey, Fiend, or Undead, correct?
Yes, I believe it is.
And how
far? 60 feet.
60 feet. Yeah. Right now.
Yep. Also, things affected by the Hallow, or whatever the opposite of Hallow spell is. Determine that too.
Okay. I do not. Actually, hang on a minute. Let me just quickly.
Consecrated or desecrated?
Consecrated or desecrated. Okay. No. Okay. Within 60 feet, right now,
60 feet.
You do not sense any Fey, Fiend, or Undead.
Kind of look around myself for a while. Also, if any places have been consecrated or desecrated around here as well. Just kind of like looking around.
You do not get any sense of any place that has been consecrated or desecrated in this area.
Well, Cranodyne, how about you take me to Vienna?
Okay. I'm not particularly welcome, but I will lead you there. You have been welcoming to me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, just between you and I, I'm here to find out. Trying to forget what I was here to find out. But Lila knows it, so whatever she says we're here to find out, that's what I'm here for. Right now,
I
I'm
love
here
to
to.
find out, to find out the person.
Right now, I'm here to find out where the inn is and if they got any good beer.
He makes his own beer. I don't think it's very good. But I will lead you there. He starts to
Right.
hobble in this very sort of rolling way, and constantly putting weight down on his right all the time towards the to the inn.
Torteek, kind of not realizing it, starts walking the exact same way as he's walking behind him.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
And as he's doing it, he's like trying to like drink the out of the as he's going. He's
Oh jeez, that's fucking brilliant. Eventually, but you both get. Sorry, I'm just looking for Oakenville, but I'll look it up later. I've got their card. You both eventually arrive at Sailor's Shelter, where this which is the only tavern here in the place. And I'll say, Torteek, you'll get there before Lila, because Lila it takes a little time to wander around town to get a feel for the place. And Cranodine leans against the door and pushes it open. And as he pushes it open, a very warm, welcoming light flows out of the door. The sound of a fire crackling in a hearth, the smell of beer instantly smacks into your nose. Beer that's been trod into the wooden tables of here. And there is an attempt at least to make it homely, or a place where somebody could literally take shelter. There is there are tables and chairs around him seem to have a warm, welcoming aesthetic to them, even though they are very threadbare. But even below that smell of beer and homeliness and the crackling wood fire, there is still a constant undertone of mildew and rotting fish in the air. A smell that apparently permeates everything around here.
Oh, smells just like home. Oh.
Welcome to the Sailors. Welcome to the Sailors' Shelter! As Cranodine starts to try and introduce the tavern, you see a very large individual standing behind the bar. Very broad chest, big, thick arms and hands, and very hairy. Now that you see him properly, his sleeves are rolled up, and the hair that is on his arms seems to be this thick black coating. The hair and beard seems to almost frame a very almost flat gorilla-like face as you enter. Welcome. You are unknown to me, as you are known to me, Cranodine. Are you willing to pay your tab? You have never asked for the tab before. And I'm asking for it now. I take it I am not welcome today. If you don't pay your tab, no. Fine. Carry on.
How much is your tab? He whispers to him, Cranodine. How much? But not really like whispering. It's like really loud.
Yeah, it's just how much is that? It's 3 gold pieces.
Oh, you heard? He looks like a gorilla, but he's got ears like a bat.
Fucking hell, jeez, dude.
Well, all right. Hey, relax. This is my friend Trenadine. He was nice enough to tell us what is going on here. So, here, I give him 5 gold pieces, and I say, "We want drinks and food. Bring it up here, please."
That pays for his tab and plenty more besides. Of course, we'll bring it to you immediately.
How many people are actually in the tavern?
There are maybe 5 other individuals here. Two who seem to have this very similar sort of guerrilla-like aesthetic of this tavern keep, and 3 who seem to have that more fish-like aesthetic that you previously saw earlier.
Okay. I say,
use 1 of a gold extra to bring as many rounds for the house as possible.
2 gold is plenty. Thank you for your patronage, sir.
Well, let's get it clear. 1 gold is for rounds for the house until it's used up, and the other gold is for me.
I got you immediately.
Wait, where'd I go?
Take a seat.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Cranidines.
Thank you for your generosity.
Oh, it's all right. I mean, you eventually end up paying me back.
Torteek, what is your passive insight?
passive insight. 300. Actually, it's 17.
17. That's pretty good. Actually, that's really good, in fact. Cranadine seems to have something on his mind.
Yeah, his hump.
Arr. But no, he genuinely seems to have something on his mind, and he's sort of looking at you with this. It looks like he wants to ask you something, but he's not quite sure how to express it yet.
All right. So we go sit at the table.
Mm-hmm. But
and, obviously,
the tavern keep don't know the name of the tavern keep just yet. But he comes by with 2 massive tankards, foaming with beer over the top of it.
What is your name, sir?
Ours, Byron. Pleasure to meet you. Byron Lockjaw.
Byron Lockjaw. That's an unfortunate name. Hard to eat if your jaw's locked up.
That's a good joke. Not one I've heard before. Well done. Enjoy
I take
your
the beer
drinks.
out of his hand before he even sets it down.
So, yeah.
The laughter that he is having here is very forced.
Well done.
It's like you're with your passive insight of 17, I think it was, or 15, 17?
Yeah, 17.
17, yeah. Passive insight is 17. It's really forced. This is a really forced laughter. You tell that immediately. Like, he didn't find that funny.
All right. So, sitting at the table, obviously make sure that there is at least one other chair for Lila when she gets there.
Yeah, easy.
And
You go, oh, so Cranadine, what's new? Tell me more about what's going on with you and this here town. As I like take another swig out of the mug.
You have been good to me so far. I will share this with you. I have been working on a device to force the ghosts and creatures to leave the town. The populace around here don't know, or at least the majority don't know. The Vagnos. Sounds like Skaven. That's just a voice, Alhadrid. Damn it. Vagnos is the one that is blocking my ability to complete this machine. It's meant to help the town, but he doesn't want to allow it. And I'm left to wander the streets trying to find anyone who will help me. They don't, of course, because they hate me. They hate intelligence in anybody who's not from the town.
You are muted.
Well, that's unfortunate. 1 second here. Sorry. Well, that's unfortunate. Why do you think that they want to keep the ghosts here inside the town then?
I don't know. Vagnos is a vile man. Maybe because he is xenophobic to anything that is not of the town. People like me, like you, the only things that stop them from eating each other here.
I'd say at this moment, Lila, you arrive at the tavern here, and as you enter, you see a relatively empty but warmly attired tavern. You see Torteek and the individual known as Cranadine, who Torteek was talking to previously, are both seated at a table a little ways in, and a very, very large individual who is currently behind the bar. And as you open the door, you hear Torteek. You hear the unmistakable voice of the tavern goat. Welcome to the Sailor's Shelter. You are new to me, and very small.
I am indeed very small, and you also are new to my eyeballs. He's just like stealing Torteek's great one-liner there.
What? Oh my god!
Being a bit surprised by everybody calls her very tiny, because on the mainland, hobbits, not hobbits, halflings are kind of common, right? Like people know about
they're
halfling.
common.
It's not strange, so for her it's kind of off, like throwing her off her game every now and then when people call her tiny.
I'm sorry, I do have to mention this, but what is it about you and Lydia? Because both of you have used exactly the same phrasing to do with eyeballs. It's the exact same phrase. What is it with you two? It's incredible. Nobody else has done it except you two. Brilliant. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Yes, I'm indeed new here, and I would like to sit with my friend over there. Can I get
you are together? Hello, Lala. Come sit with us, Lala.
Hi, Torteek. Could I get a tea? Do you have something here that does... Yes, I would love a tea, something hot. It always seems kind of damp here, doesn't it? Always a little damp. I just love a tea, please.
She's not my friend. I think
you. Sorry, we were all talking over
Otherwise,
then.
so if you have hot water, rum, and a bit of sugar, I will also be much inclined.
I can
As long as it's
very much help you with that. Hot water, rum, and sugar. And you see, he sort of think like he seemed trying to process the thought of sugar. I can acquire that for you.
I lean over to Cronodon.
How rock is made.
I lean over to Cronodon. I said, I don't. Maybe my friend was kidnapped and replaced with a doppelganger because she ordered tea, and my friends don't know not to order tea in a bar.
You have no idea how close that hits home to me. Genuinely, the idea of going into a bar and ordering tea to me is like, that's not done. You have no idea how close that hits home for me. Jeez.
Well, you guys, when this damp, dreary island has given you a mean cold, I shall be up on my feet, having a good time, a splendid time, because I'm warm, because of tea or grog.
Well,
Torteek, I am quite surprised that this place is a lot less scary than I thought it would be. Sure, there's talk of monsters and ghosts out in the woods cursing people, but I really thought we would be on complete wilderness, completely on our own against the elements in the dark, scaling mountains, find the hidden. I don't know. I expected something much darker, I think. So I'm quite happy that
what you're looking for.
Well, it's not that we were looking for something specific. It's just the stories that you hear on the mainland about your island are much more desolate and scary than it seems to be here.
they call them the Ghost Isles.
Oh yes,
They
that
just
is indeed what they were called. And they still are called that. There is a reason why they are called the Ghost Isles.
Oh, is it because there's ghosts?
My drunk friend, of course.
Well, it makes sense. All right, then.
Your astute intellect has concluded that quite well, I think. I mean, there was this. All right, what is up with that? You said earlier that your town doesn't have a name, but people did call it a Lockjaw town.
That is just the. He looks over his shoulder towards Byron, and Byron is just busy wiping a glass clean, just looking over at you both. He looks over at Byron and then leans in a bit more conspiratorially. That's just what the Lockjaws want to think you is called.
Yes. So you mean the guy who pretends to be the mayor isn't really the mayor? Or the owner, as he called himself, I guess.
Yes, something like that. Unfortunately, the Lockjaws are the ones that really own the place. They're inbred ingrates. And the Bassmouths are the ones that came here after the Lockjaws. And the Lockjaws put them to work. The Bassmouths are also inbred ingrates.
There isn't a lot of you. Is that possible?
No, I think generations of inbreeding has produced. He looks back over his shoulder at Byron again.
a certain look. But if you're looking for wilderness, that definitely exists. And I was just talking to your friend here. That might need your help. I have a machine I'm building to keep the ghosts away from the town. But Vagnos doesn't want to help me. None of the village people know except for Vagnos, and unfortunately probably most of the lockjaws now. Again, looks over his shoulder at Byron. This machine is designed to keep the ghosts out of the town. To stop the town from stinking like rotting fish all the time. Vagnos will not help me.
But why not? If it's his family's town, doesn't he have an interest to make it nice? I mean,
He
he's trying
does.
to even...
Well, he does, but unfortunately, the last piece of this device is located in a crypt in the woods outside the town. And Mayor Vagnos Ulrich Frederick Stein Vagnos II, or Lockjaw II, does not want to launch an expedition into the tainted lands beyond the town. So I am left to either try and go that way myself, and he gestures to himself. You can see that would not be a good idea.
Yeah.
Or I could ask you if you would be willing to get me this device.
Yeah.
That sounds like a very perfect place, actually, to fulfill our spiritual duty. We shall help people. We shall confront something scary, rely on ourselves, find out something new about the world.
Yep.
Great qualities. And also, we wouldn't be sitting and smell the whole time, which I think is a very good side effect.
Oh, it smelled the whole time.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
No. Oh. Does the rest of the island also smell like this? And we will see. We will see. I shall not be bothered too much. I shall rest, calm, and not judgmental, and open to new experiences. But damn, this fish smell! And she takes a swig of her grog, of the hot rum, cleanse her nose almost, hold her nose in the cup a bit longer to just smell the rum.
The rum is pretty
definitely
decent,
a
actually.
new experience.
The rum is pretty decent, actually, and it's kind of recognizable. Like this stuff, you have on the mainland. So how the hell it got here, you probably don't want to know, but it's pretty decent at least. Anyway, the beer, Torteek.
Also doesn't seem kind of that has a sugar production to make spirits out of. It really doesn't. Like the climate and everything isn't. No. Hey, tell me, how do you get this rum? I just realized that this quite nice. You don't grow sugar. To what is he called? Damn it.
The Tavern Keep, Byron.
Yes, I'm gonna go up to Byron actually. Yeah, I wanted to ask
who's been
our
drinking
friend.
now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a second rum, walk up to Byron, and also deliver the greetings of the arrogant mayor guy very deliberately and friendly. So I've met your dear friend Vagnus II, and he said to give you greetings, and also I would like another rum, please.
Oh, Vagnus! Oh, wonderful! How is that old boy doing?
Oh, he seems just fabulous, fabulous.
Oh, he really is. I only saw him yesterday, but what a wonderful man.
Yes, quite wonderful, and such a beautiful home, and so helpful to newcomers. Very
Absolutely.
nice.
He is a pinnacle of help, and his house is quite fantastic. I do hope to own such a house one day like him, but no, it really is.
Two for pinnacles.
Fucking hell, mate. Jeez.
Don't mess this up. Like Lila is giving a look over the shoulder, going like, "No, don't mess this up," kind of, because she wants to make friends with the innkeeper, and that requires her to praise the arrogant mayor guy a bit, I guess.
Byron's just lapping it up.
We're here to investigate and not judge, is what she grumbles to herself. Things to herself. Also, but Wagner said nobody's left this island in such a long time. How do you get rum? That's quite, like, I know this rum from home.
Oh, that one. Well, it washed up. It washed up on the beaches here, and it seemed to be usable. Drank a bit. The rest of it seemed to be great. We just cleaned off the bottles and put them on the shelf.
Oh.
But enough of it to last you so long that it is a menu item?
Oh yes, nobody can afford it. Normally.
Oh. Well, that's good for us.
I do think we should take a bottle if we go into the Badlands, the Paintlands. She whispers through. I need to remember your name. I'm so terrible with names.
Torteek?
Yes.
I thought you were talking to Torteek, yeah.
How much is a bottle?
A bottle? That'll be 2 silver pieces.
How many bottles do you have?
I have 20.
I'll have a bottle.
I'll just. I think one is quite good.
Yeah,
Right,
that's why I bought one.
Okay. It's also that, rum makes a great disinfectant in case we get hurt or something out in the wilderness. So please don't drink it all.
Oh. You're going to use it for disinfecting? Oh.
Just in case it's hurt. Okay.
Oh, Lolo.
I will just take a bit of my share now, and she takes out like a flask from her robes and fills maybe about like 6 or 8 centiliters into the flask. So there's a little bit for, purposes other than getting absolutely hammered.
Lala, I'm concerned for your wealth and health being, because you don't abuse alcohol in such a nature. And you should notice, because it hurts me to the core to know that you have that intention for this wonderful, wonderful thing.
Are you saying I am abusing the alcohol, but just like by using it in ways it's not intended to be used?
Yes, you smart girl. That's why I hang out with you, because you're smarter than I am.
She kind of playfully responds to that finger wag, and then gets up close and does like boop on his nose, and runs off real fast back to the chair with her drink.
I try to spin around to like I'm trying to follow the finger, and I kind of trip and stumble, and I fall down on my ass. Oh, that hurt me, bum. Oh.
Chad,
crawl up.
Very serious question from me
Uh-huh.
to you. Have you somehow installed a secret camera, either in my home or the places that I visit when I go for a drink with friends and things like that? Because you are acting exactly how I would when I'm completely and utterly off my face. It is literally like I'm looking at a mirror, and one, it's embarrassing. Two, it's extremely funny.
All I can say, Ed, is Big Brother's watching.
Yeah, apparently. Bloody hell, dude. Like,
Big
jeez.
purple man.
God.
Oh, I love you guys.
Not looking at the fucking mirror.
Aw.
It's kind of terrifying, funny, and very embarrassing all at the same time. back into the game. So, as you settle down after this, Clonidine has just been watching this exchange. So, he's sort of looking at Torteek, wondering if he should really offer this idea. So he turns to you, Lila. I don't know your name, little halfling, but it would
Lala.
do me.
I'm not Lala. I am Lila.
Lila,
That's what I said. Lala.
it would do me a great help if you would be able to retrieve the final part to this device, so that I may be able to complete the machine.
Do you know why? And I would certainly like to help you and your town, and so would Torteek, I think, because we're here to do exactly such things. I'm just wondering why the mayor guy, in game, I of course know the name. I'm just out of game, terrible at remembering them.
Vagnos,
Why?
yeah.
Vagnos.
Vagnos, right. I could make notes on that. Why he would want to block this? Do you know anything more? There must be an intention.
I
People aren't
don't
just
know.
cruel for no-
Vagnos says that it is too dangerous an expedition into the desecrated lands. He's not wrong. It is dangerous out there, and doesn't want to
So you
risk
think-
any of his blood going out and dying.
You think he's scared for his family and for getting cursed?
Absolutely. They're all
Okay.
cursed here, anyways.
Yep. Every last one of them.
What makes you think you're cursed? Why have you banished the gods to help you?
They haven't banished the gods. They have forgotten them.
Vagnos said
Forgot
I
them a
shouldn't
long
pray.
time.
Yeah.
Vagnos said I shouldn't pray, but wouldn't that be good to, bring some more light and hope to this place, to bring people back to the
No.
gods?
You see, it does bring hope and light to the place. And that attracts the creatures of the night. Horrible beings. Too many
Oh.
legs.
Over legs.
Or like, do you think is it a kind of religious metaphor maybe, or do you really mean there's creatures?
No, there are actual creatures. I have seen it before. We had some priestly fella try to come round. He came to this place. I don't know why, but he came to this place. And
Yes, he did.
I assume you've seen some of the buildings around here.
One of them is his. He did some praying. And then the carrion crawlers and riftlings came and ate him.
Ew. It ate him?
Yes.
Was he cooked?
I don't know. There were only bones left behind.
Oh, that's gross.
Torteek, can
What?
you speak?
I think so. I can hear you talking.
No, I mean... Okay, she leans in. She leans in a bit and says like...
I will go and get myself a beer. You need to talk. And he
We need to talk. Go get a
Pushes-
beer.
he pushes slowly back the chair and stands up, and he groans as he does. The bent form going slightly even more hunched over as he stands up, grasps the staff, and then starts hobbling his way to the bar. The thud of his cane on the wooden floor as he walks through. Oh, that's not great for my body. Jeez.
As Torteek watches him go walking off, Torteek's kind of doing the same thing with his head as he's watching him walk away. He doesn't even realize he's doing it.
Should
What's
we
up,
get him a
Lala?
beer? I feel awful. Maybe we should get him a beer. In any case, I feel conflicted. Remember what we were taught about space? It was that it would test us in the worst ways. It would test our faith, our person, our hope. And I think part of that to get so scared that we don't even dare to pray and do the things that usually keep our spirits up. So against the advice of this knowledgeable but clearly very sad man, I will do an evening prayer and you will come with me and we shall have our weapons ready and do it anyway. Because if we don't do it, I think we already fail at the first step.
I agree. In the honor of going and doing that, I will bring my friend Gorgo, the dwarf, some of his holy water, and I hold up the mug of ale. Like, I need to help consecrate it in honor of them. And the consecration. He takes a big swig of the beer, and then he kind of shows like dripping it, catching all the drops left in the bottom of the thing. He says, "Are we doing it now?"
You pray in whatever way you feel like you should pray. I shall do it in my way.
Hallelujah.
Shit.
So, for inspiration for this character, I kind of oriented her a bit on a character in a book I'm reading right now. It's a sci-fi book. A Psalm for the Wild Things, which is really nice. And there they kind of have a multi-god religion, and one of the gods, which the main character is devoted to, is about like the small pleasures that make life worth living. So an appreciation and a thankfulness for these little good things.
Mm-hmm.
To connect to the gods kind of over loving
like it.
life and spreading joy. And I think that's something I would really like to play with this monk character. But yeah, for Ed, that's also the question that would fit into the religious realm you could imagine for your world, of course.
Hells yeah, it would. So from a world building aspect, excuse the pun there. I'll explain the pun in a moment. I have a very, very large pantheon. There are 3 types of gods. Well, actually, no. There's 4 types. 3 types of actual gods, both of light, grey, and dark.
And then the fourth type, which are aspects. And aspects are specific things that would fall under the umbrella of a god, but are too small to be an actual large deity, but can also be worshipped as well. For example, arts. Like there is a god of the arts, but that is an all-encompassing god. You have the aspect of the muse for music. You have the aspect of composition. You have the aspect of inspiration. That kind of thing. So I can definitely see an aspect of small good things in life being a thing. I'm totally up for that.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I would. Because I think that's just a concept I loved in this book world, and I would love to play with that.
Yeah,
So-
I'm totally up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, something similar, because in regards to God or whatever that he worships. So I wouldn't know. I don't know which god this aspect would be under, but I figured it'd be like, my thought would be dwarven, but just a god of harvest, grains, and for the lack of a better term, alcohol. Just like the bounty of.
No, I think I actually have one. There is
So a bit like
there is
Bach on the Three.
there is a god of mirth and joy, which is literally just that. So the aspect of small pleasurable things could be would fall under them, and I'm absolutely fine for having a sort of a Bacchus-like character who is more of an aspect of the god of mirth and joy. Or actually,
yeah.
It could even be Bacchus is the god of mirth and joy, and is the god of everything that's to do with frivolity, happiness, joy, grain, alcohol, that kind of thing as well.
Yeah. I like it.
It sounds a bit like with the old fertility rites as well, where it's
Yeah.
all about this abundance. Abundance, I think, is a good word.
Yeah.
Maybe with the darker aspect of overindulgence, which your character also has to balance a bit, right? Like,
Oh, don't worry, that also
Right.
is too. But
but no, because that also means both of our characters kind of fit together from a school of thought kind of view.
Mhm.
Just, yeah, a bit of a different aspect, but nice. Okay,
I like it.
cool.
the Cranadine, you hear Cranadine approaching your table again as the thud of his cane moving over the floorboards here of the tavern. And he drags the seat back and kind of half slowly sits, half slowly collapses into the chair as his hunched form somewhat allows.
Right.
Have you made your decision? Will you help me? With this look of
Yes.
concern.
We will help you get another beer. Joe, bring us another round.
Absolutely, coming right up. And Cranadine just looks at you. I already have a beer, but thank you.
Oh, I
If
think
you don't
that
want it,
that
I'll
will-
drink it.
Yeah, I think that will be for our good friend Torteek here.
Oh,
But yes, we shall come and help you.
thank you.
Oh,
He
Yeah,
says
that-
that in
mhm.
a way as the barkeeper might be listening.
Barkeep seems not to bother. He seems to be sort of... He's one of those people who kind of has learned to tune out conversations.
True, but he is a good friend and, of the mayor guy who really doesn't want this project to come true, so I
True.
don't want to speak to open
Uh-huh.
presence when he's bringing stuff to the table closely.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Thank you for raising that.
Cranadine, as they wait for Byron to wander back to the bar. The bar has started to fill up. The tavern has started to fill up a little bit, so there are a few more people in here now. As you watch the people enter, you notice that everybody seems to have their place in the tavern, and you notice that they seem to gather together in their prospective deviations, shall I say? Is a better way of saying that. Like, all those who seem to be more fishy related seem to stick together. All those that seem to be more gorilla related seem to stick together. And everybody seems to kind of go to, like, when they enter, they enter and then walk with a purpose to a table, as though that is their table and has always been their table.
Right. So lots of unwritten rules because all these families have been here for so long.
A little bit, yeah. And as the tavern is filling up, Cranadine is looking around. It might be a good idea to leave soon. If you wish to find me, I can tell you more about the location. I will not be able to help you, unfortunately. My physicality prevents me from doing so. If you wish to find me, look for the last house along the water's edge. That is where I live.
Alright.
We shall come find you in the morning.
Thank you again. You really have helped. And he pushes back the chair again, taking a big swig of the ale. Really hate the beer here. Drops it down onto the table, stands up slowly, and then hobbles his way out the door.
Bye. So, we're gonna help this little bugger, yeah?
Sorry, what did you say?
We're gonna help this little bugger, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we can help all of the townsfolk with that, if it really keeps the ghosts away. But I would like to take up that arrow, that nice, and she has a kind of sarcastic gleam in her eyes as she said that, Mayor Vagnus II up on his offer that I can come visit him and ask some more questions about the place.
Oh, all right. I'd like to meet Mr. Vagnus myself.
If it's the best idea if you come along.
Oh, it's a perfect idea.
He seems very,
Tight-assed.
fixated on his as highborn and noble, and I think we must be friendly and neutral, and as they say, kiss his ass a little bit.
Oh yes, I can be quiet.
Well, then we have a great agreement. But it's a bit late now, and he said we should make an appointment with the secretary. Can you believe it? There's 50 people in this town.
Right, it sounds like he's trying basically to piss off.
Oh well, that's the words he said, so I will take him up on it. And I will go there in the morning, make an appointment with the secretary, and then probably go right through.
We could go there now, we could go.
What time is it, GM?
So, as you have been talking and exploring, the time has ticked on. And you get the sense that this tavern is the only place of safety within the area, and people are coming in because they're coming in now because in a couple of hours
the nighttime is going to fall, and they don't want to be anywhere else except in their homes. So you have a couple of hours before nightfall.
Wish you luck, Joel.
Yes, hold on a moment. I'll be within a moment. You can see him just handing out beers to the people around, and he hands it. Yes, what can I do for you?
You've
Another
got
beer?
you do. No, oh yes, but do you have rooms?
Yes, we do. We have beer. Rooms.
Are you sure about the beer rooms?
Are you sure about the beer rooms?
We definitely have
Nice.
rooms. We very rarely have people staying over. But we have some emergency rooms that people can use. Yes? Yes.
Oh, this is an emergency because we need to stay for a couple years.
Couple of years. You're planning to move here. Well, I can't house you for a couple of years, but I can definitely house you for maybe a day or two.
That's what I meant.
Oh. That'll be.
Okay.
Are you looking for one room together or two separate rooms?
2 rooms together.
Two rooms
Wait,
together.
what do you want to
one
do,
room-
Lala?
You snore when you drink, and you drink all the time, so you always snore. I think I would prefer my own room, so I can meditate, pray, and not snore.
It's not snoring, it's meditation.
In
As
your
somebody who-
sleep.
Oh yes, I'm very devout.
You are.
Good love
In
this.
your own way. In your own way, you're so devout. I've seen you pray to your God many times, but I pray to mine when I get up early and go to bed early, and meditate and do my balancing and drink a nice tea. So let's have 2 separate rooms.
Right,
I'm
you are.
tired
That'll,
of
that'll
listening
be
to you.
that'll be six copper pieces, please.
All right, how much of that second gold is left?
The second gold, well, quite a bit, really.
Well, all right. So take it out of that second gold I gave you and let me know what we owe when that's gone.
Of course. Of that second gold. Well, that second gold was for you, right? From what I remember.
Well, by me and by Lala too. Lala is me.
Okay. You are Lala.
I'm Lila.
That's what I
Lila.
said.
Okay. Perfect. Then, I think the remainder of the gold will perfectly cover that. Yes, so, the rooms are through the stairs there, up 1 floor, and above the tavern here.
All right.
Thank you. It's okay. Yeah, thank you.
We'll take our
You're welcome.
keys now.
Oh yes, of course, yeah.
And he bustles back to the bar and hurries back over with two solid iron-looking keys. Like these keys look like they're designed to open lockboxes. That kind of size of the key that they are. They're no, not small.
Oh, okay.
Like thick, chunky keys.
Oh, okay. All right, I feel safe now.
Pleasure. The rooms will be well, they're actually available for you now.
Excellent. Are we going to bed now, Lala?
I would like to do. You know what? Do you want to risk it
What?
and pray before bed, or do you want to go see the rich guy, or what passes as a rich guy here in this island?
Oh. What say we can't do both? Let's pray on the way to the rich guy.
But it needs a ritual of calmness and appreciation.
Right. Yeah, well, whatever you say.
All right, let's pray, and then afterwards we go see if we could get an appointment with the weird secretary person.
Yes, let's
So-
let's do
So
it.
let me guess, the rooms are also kind of damp and
Okay, so
watery.
if I get the idea, you're going to go head to the rooms first, and then pray, and then leave to go and talk to Vagnus, correct? Or at least try and
Yes.
talk to Vagnus. Okay, cool. Just getting an idea in my head. Yes. So when you head up the stairs, the warm, cozy environment, that warm feeling of shelter, definitely fades very quickly as you walk up the stairs. The creak of the wood, definitely audible from these. Well, you wonder how many people have used these stairs in a while. And when you get up there, yeah, damp, not warm, clammy, smell of mildew everywhere. Mildew, rotting wood, and you're wondering if you're going to get a good night's sleep from those straw beds. And as you enter the room, there is that musty, damp, kind of rotting wheat smell that kind of permeates the area.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I think a ritual that will summon the ghost of small things and the spirit of the small things that make life worth living is nowhere more appropriate and more necessary than in this place. So
Yeah.
Lila opens her pack and takes out her camping kit, her camping gear that she had originally packed for the trips, like a little tent and a bedroll and stuff, and actually sets up a tent in the middle of the room.
That's fair.
There's
There
no
is
way I'm
enough space here for it. The rooms are pretty. I will have to say the rooms are pretty spacious.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, she sets up that tent, and then inside the tent, it takes out a little cushion and her sleeping bag and some candles and incense sticks that spread a pleasant smell, and some little flasks with flowery pre-brewed things they're non-alcoholic. They're just nice. So kind of like iced tea that smells like roses and other flowers.
Oh, that's making one
And then-
more with tea. I've just run out.
In this little tent, it's kind of becomes a shrine to the good things, and when she's done from the outside, you can like that the tent is kind of glowing with the lights she has put on inside, and if you crawl in, it's just going to be immediately a million times more pleasant.
And it really is. It really, really is. As you settle down into this very, very comforting, small things of pleasure shrine here. Roll me a D100.
A D100. Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to summon the bad stuff by trying to do gods, don't I?
No. This is
wait,
just a thing in my world, in my games. Whenever a character prays to a god or an aspect, there is a chance that the god can reply, and that's usually either a 5 or a 95, and there will be a chance of them actually replying. But unfortunately, 40. There is no response. But you have definitely made a very comforting and welcoming space here.
While she was setting up her stuff and doing everything that she wanted to do, I was going around and using prestidigitation for the time being to try to clean up as much as I can for her.
You do.
Aw,
You do.
that's
In
sweet.
the smell of rotting wheat and slime and mildew and rotting wood definitely gets reduced, and the damp that was permeating the entire area definitely dries up a bit. Although you do notice that you basically have to completely dehumidify the entire air in order to get rid of that damp smell. But
Right.
you do make it much nicer.
Yeah. Like the smell of incense sticks is also wafting out of the tent, and
It
So-
kind of covers the smell a bit.
okay.
A little bit.
I'm gonna sleep in that tent anyway. I'm not gonna sleep in the room. Like
That's
I'm
fair.
Definitely sleeping inside.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fair.
Just so I'm imagining this kind of little ritual to be like a bit of a, you know, like a Japanese tea ceremony where you drink nicely smelling pleasant
Mhm.
things, and you're conscious and thankful, and maybe have a little moment to like pray and meditate on all the little nice things that are good and that make life good. And also at the end of it, because she can see that that her companion is very bored because there's zero alcohol so far involved in this. At the end of her finishing her prayer and her ritual for herself, she grasps into her bag and takes out another little flask that has a very nice smelling whiskey in it. Like, you know, the one aspect of our God is also to be hospitable to those who come to our homes, and since this is a place of home right now, I shall serve you what you like best.
Oh,
Please
he
pray us to need to, and then we can go on our merry adventure.
he's sitting across from you or next to you, whichever space allows, and he's basically sort of mirroring what you're doing. I mean, he does understand and know, and he's familiar enough with you and the system, and or not the system, but this little ritual that you do, and because he does something similar as well. It's like the basic type of thing that they learned at the monastery, right? So he's kind of doing it with you, and when it comes to that point where you provide him with the little flask of the whiskey, he kind of takes it, and in the same manner in which you do your tea, he actually does the same thing with the whiskey. You know, kind of does like the tea or whatever, puts it in like a little bit of cup, and then he doesn't slam it, but he does like, you know, like the kind sip, but you know, just very, very gracious and very attentive, and what's the other word I'm looking for?
Present.
Appropriate behavior, pleasant, appropriate behaviors, respectful behavior to this kind of thing. And so he kind of gives his little prayer to his, you know, to the aspect of the god that they worship, as well as being Bacchus.
Sure. Both of you, please
Want me to
roll
roll
a
that
wisdom
too?
saving throw.
Oh,
What
A
kind
wisdom
of save?
saving throw, please.
Does
for
that,
dying.
Does that open... Do I do that with my key so I get the bonus or not?
Did you do it with your key? What do you mean by that?
Well, is that something that kind of, well, like when something attacks you spiritually, right? Does that linked? I can
Actually.
defend against that on two different levels, right? Like I have the key that's more like my attack, spiritual channeling, whatever, and then I have my normal wisdom as a human. So I wonder if I can apply the key here.
No. This way you can't apply the key.
Okay.
No, this is
I don't...
something else.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh, we both
So-
kind of sucked at this, huh?
As you
Yeah.
as you both complete this ritual, there is this strange feeling that you both are being watched. And then there is the sound of whispers that begin to start to permeate the air around you. And they start to talk and whisper. And then the voices start to get more shrill and start to screech and scream and yell in your ears before it gets extremely loud. And then they all quiet, and then it's sudden quiet. Stillness. Both of you, please note down in your notes 2 insanity points.
2 insanity.
Oh, well.
Wow.
I told you it was a bad idea to pray.
You didn't say such. Ooh.
There is now
Okay.
a sudden feeling something has noticed your presence and is not happy. And that's also where we're going to end the live stream tonight. Because we've gotten to that time.
Okay, we made a ruckus.
I mean, I'm good for another couple hours, guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, I gotta work tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Oh, right. Wow. Okay.
Okay,
I have
I'm
been looking
curious.
forward
That's
to this. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this for a really long time.
yeah. Cool.
I'm having fun.
This is good. This is good. This is good.
I hope you guys are
Also
also having
nice
fun
that the two of us play kind of religious characters to meet the ghosts that are just like nihilism and hopelessness.
Well,
Right.
Who knows? Who knows? But I heard anything like I'm so involved with the excuse me, the world and the people here. I have lots of different moments in my head that go, oh, that's cool, that was cool, that was cool, that was cool. But anything in particular for you guys stood out that you enjoyed?
I'm liking the world that you're painting for us right now.
Stupid, man.
Yeah, the sense of kind of hopelessness that they've got going on. You know, it's I think it's working pretty well with what I've got going on with or have made the character. And it's kind of making things come together more. It's like, you know, in the beginning, we obviously didn't know what you were planning on doing for the game. And now that we know, it's like, wow, this is great that this is all kind of starting to fit together properly. You know, I'm excited. It's great.
Yeah. Alhandrin said Skaven man. I think referring to Cranadine there.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, but same. I'm really excited to see more of that. It's very atmospheric and it fits the spooky time of year.
It is the spooky time of year. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
This wasn't planned. It wasn't planned for it. It just happened, and I'm quite enjoying it.
Oh, it's
Really?
perfect.
I'm really looking forward to it.
That's,
I'm really looking forward to the rest of this game.
Okay.
Dark Lamber, cough, cough, fireball, cough. That works. That definitely works. Haven't got any wizards though, so no fireball.
There you go.
As usual, though, at the end of these streams, we do go and raid somebody. So I'm going to see who is online right now. Red Sage RPG. There's loads of people online right now. Woman in doubt, fireball. Damn, there's so many people online right now. Sorry?
Because everything wet, everything's damp, everything's moldy. Would a fireball just sizzle out sadly? And like,
Well, I don't think it would sizzle out. It would definitely explode, but it wouldn't be as dramatic. I think it would explode and things would just sort of get vaguely charred, and the air just
Even
kind of
more
dry up a little bit
sad.
and then before it gets really damp.
oh,
With everything not dead yet, fireball again. Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, there's loads of people. there's no I in team, but there is 6 in. Fuck it, I don't care how big the room it is. I cast fireball. That's fair. That's genuinely fair. But there are lots of people online, so I don't really know who we're going to raid right now.
How about you roll a die for it?
5, 6. Well, I would have to roll a d7, and I don't know. I don't have a d7, so I'll roll a d8 and then reroll an 8.
Oh, there's a suggestion by Dark Lamb.
1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna raid Mythic ODM. Oh yeah, Mythic. I remember. Yeah, Mythic Kingmaker. That's what they're playing. Nice. Kingmaker Live Play episode 38. They're fun actually. They are the actual live with the guys around the table and everything.
Oh wow!
And what we do here. But yeah, no, they're fun. They're nice. They're nice peeps. They're nice peeps. So we're gonna go raid them, and they are doing Pathfinder. So yeah.
Nice. Are they doing Pathfinder 2 or are they doing Pathfinder 1?
I think it's Pathfinder. Well, I don't know. Because Pathfinder only has one thing on Twitch, so it can be 2 or 1. I think it's 1. I think, not sure, but anyways, I know you guys are capable of spreading love, likes, and hugs and follows, and that's what you do. So head over there and do that. I will be back on Thursday of next week with Dungeons and Dragons, the not the Fortune's Whimsy, that's the other lot, Scarlet Guard, and a potential big old battle that may be happening for that lot. There'll be no stream on Friday because I have to work, and then Saturday with Dark Heresy, and Sunday more of this. But yeah, check us out then. Anyways, guys, I am gonna head off now. Take care of yourselves, and also head off now and take a stretch as well, because my shoulders are really hurting from that creature Chronodyne. But guys, take care of yourselves, love each other, give yourselves big hugs, give your loved ones big hugs, and stretch as well. And I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.
Peace.
Bye.